Okay guys, just like with the skills review, I'm going to give you about a 10-minute demo just to get you started on this exercise. It's called Project Builder 2 and it's one of the assignments for the end of chapter 1. First thing that you are to do, again, it's Project Builder 2. We're going to create a new document that is 6 inches by 6 inches. So I'm going to make sure that Illustrator is activated. And I'm going to go File and New, Command or Control N, and we want this to be 6 inches by 6 inches. And since it didn't indicate anything else other than the name, oops, Iris, we can leave the rest of the defaults selected as they are indicated there. All right, and I'm going to make this just a little bit smaller so you can, oh, every time I click on that, sorry guys, that brings it up to Facebook. I must have put up a popular status date update or something. Okay, so there you go. New document 6 by 6. I'm going to bring that into the window so we can actually see it. And if you're wondering what these two red lines are, you probably are not seeing that on yours. I have a default setup right now for Illustrator that automatically sets my bleeds for that, for the top and bottom. So I'm sure that's what it is. You don't have that. All right, so now we're going to create an ellipse that is 1 inch by 4 inches. So we are going to go under the rectangle, click and hold, and we're going to look for the ellipse. And the easiest way to do that is just to click once on your artboard and the ellipse dialog box comes up, and we want it to be 1 inch, hit the tab, by 4 inches, hit the tab, and we're going to click OK. Now we want to position it at the center of the artboard, so I'm going to click and I'm going to drag this. Now mine might not be the exact center just simply because I've got a restricted view of my artboard because I'm trying to get them both up for you to see. So we're going to assume that's close to the center. And we want to fill the ellipse with none and add a 1-point blue stroke. So at the bottom of the toolbox is the fill color. We want to make sure that has none in it. So right now it's got a white fill. We're going to click on the none option, and then we're going to click to bring the stroke to the foreground, and we want to add a blue color to it. And you know, there's a number of different blues you can choose. And then you want to make sure that the stroke is 1 point. So we're going to also bring up the stroke panel and make sure it's 1 point, which it is. Now we are going to create a copy of this ellipse rotated at 15 degrees. So we want to double click on the rotate tool, or just click on the rotate tool, and we're going to click it once here in the center of this ellipse. And hit enter. And that brings up the rotate dialog box. And we are going to preview it first. We want to create a copy of this rotating it at 15 degrees. So there's the 15 degrees, and then you click a copy, and there you go. Now we're going to apply the transform again command 10 times. So in order to find the transform again command, you need to go up under object, down to transform, and transform again, and we want to do this 10 times. So we are going to do the command D tool, or control D if you're on a PC, and we're going to do that 10 times. So let's do a command D. Well, click to make sure your window is activated, and do command D, D, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How cool is that? Now we're going to select and group all of the ellipses, right? So we're going to click the selection tool. And you can, since that's the only thing on your artboard, you could do a Command A to select all, or if that had something else on the artboard that I did not want to select, I'd get the selection tool or V, and then I'd click and drag an imaginary rectangle or square around all of those. And then what we want to do is group these. So we're going to do Object and Group, or Command or Control. Command if you're on a Mac, Control if you're on a PC, G. And there you go. Now we are going to do the same thing with this. We are going to create a copy of the group rotated at 5 degrees. So we're going to get the rotate tool again. We're going to click right here in the middle and hit enter. And we're going to bring up the rotate dialog box. And how much was that supposed to be? 5 degrees. 5 degrees. And you want to copy that. Wow, how cool is that? Now we want to apply a red stroke to the new group, and you'll see that the new group is the only one that is selected. So all we have to do is go up to the swatches panel, and we're going to make sure that the stroke color is at the foreground, and we're going to click on red. And we're going to put that swatches panel away so that that new group has a red stroke. And then we're going to transform it again. So we're going to do a Command or Control D. And now we want to apply a blue stroke to the new group. So again, that new group is the only one that's selected. So we're going to add a blue. And I think that's enough to get you started. So again, this is this textbook as it is. You have to read it very carefully and go in order, step by step. Remember, this is an intermediate Illustrator class, Illustrator and Photoshop. So it assumes that you know a lot of the stuff that, you know, a lot of the preliminary things like where the menu items are and so on and so forth. So I know a couple of you are quite newbies to Illustrator, so if you need me to demonstrate something else, don't just beat your head against a brick wall. Text me or instant message me or email me and I'll be happy to do another demonstration for you. Thanks very much, and the next time I see you, we'll be working on Chapter 2.